Alright, we back on the bike. Feels good. Last couple days I've done a lot of mountain biking. I've been really enjoying that, but I've been missing this bike as well. I'm in a tough spot right now where I can't really use my bike to go mountain biking because I don't have a rack to put my bike on. But I did see another mountain biking YouTuber who also does motovlogging, and he has like this rack for the back of his bike that he puts his mountain bike on, and then it has like, it's like an adventure bike that he has, so he has bags and everything for moto camping. And honestly, that seems like so much fun. I'm not sure if I'd want to be on a motorcycle the entire time, but doing like a short 3 to 7 day moto camping trip with my mountain bike seems like the perfect trip to me. You spend most of your time riding around on the motorcycle, taking in those views and packing down the miles, and then you stop somewhere near the trails, do some camping or stay in a hotel if you have to, and then from there you do some mountain biking, pack up and keep going. It seems like a lot of fun to me, to be honest. So we might be doing some stuff like that in the future. It all depends. It's we're trying to ramp things up slowly, because sometimes I can get carried away and then end up spending all my money on something that gets like 300 views, and then it puts me back quite a bit. So I'm trying not to do that. I tend to get overexcited about stuff. Like right now I got really into mountain biking, so I spent a little bit of cash on some stuff for that. I also got a budget mountain bike, just like I got a budget motorcycle, so I'm keeping it in the same vein. But man, these motorcycle rides in fall have been awesome. No issue with the cold at all. That was the one thing I was worried about, because a lot of guys might not know, but I've only been riding motorcycles for I think 3 months now, 4 months. At the beginning of the summer I got my motorcycle license, and that was also when I got this bike. I've never had any experience on dirt bikes or anything like that before. Rode a lot of BMX when I was younger, but I was never really like someone who could do tricks or anything. I just rode a BMX bike and did some jumps and stuff like that. We used to pop little wheelies, but could never really hold them. I was always scared of like pedaling while up in a wheelie, so I'd pedal to get up and like pedal twice and then drop my wheelie. Just the sensation of hanging back off your bike is something I've never been comfortable with. Like when I first got into motorcycles, I thought maybe I'll pop some wheelies, but I can't see myself committing to a wheelie unless it's like a power wheelie that I'm chasing out on a super powerful bike. Those bikes just kind of wheelie for you until you let go of the throttle, which I think I would have the wrist control for, but to be honest, probably not. Who knows? I've never really ridden a leader bike or a super sport or any type of sports bike. They had a sports bike at my motorcycle safety course for my license, but someone else took it because I was a little bit taller than him, and I wanted to use the Rebel. There was a... oh fuck, Jesus, got stuck. I didn't downshift quick enough. But yeah, I wanted to use the new Rebel they had there. They had like a Rebel 500, I think it was. It's a little bit bigger. It's still pretty low. Would have been perfect for me. But then there was the guy who was even bigger than me there, and he used that one, and I had to use an old Rebel 250, which the handlebars literally hit my knees whenever I tried to do any turn. So I had to pull my knees out to the side, and the instructor would yell at me to tuck my knees, and I had to keep telling him that it's hitting my handlebars, and he said he doesn't care, which is just kind of insane. But I passed it, did everything I had to. I made a mistake of showing up in full motorcycle gear. So I had like a motorcycle branded shirt, I had a nice moto helmet, I had like everything besides motorcycle shoes. And the guy immediately started talking trash to me, like the instructor. He was like, oh, this guy thinks he knows what he's doing, huh? We'll see when he gets out there. It's always the guys who dress like that who end up sucking. He was like, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna have to be here for 2-3 more times maybe. We'll see. The whole time, just chirping me. At one point, I went up to the other instructor. I was like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? I said it just like that, and she's like, what do you mean? Like, he just keeps fucking like, he's obviously like got something out for me. He's like, oh no, he just does that. So at that point I was just like, all right, whatever, I'm just gonna ignore this guy and do my thing. And I had a little bit of trouble during the actual like instructions and stuff. Like when you're doing the course, they're teaching you everything you're gonna need to do on the test. And the thing I had the most trouble with was the figure eights within a small box. It's like 2 parking spaces. And I could do it, but with the handlebars being so small and the bike being tiny, it kept hitting my knee, and it was tough. But once we got to the actual test, I got a perfect score. I literally aced it. The guy had me go first too, which was so annoying. Like the entire time we did each course 1 by 1, and I had to go first every single time, so I could not watch everybody else go in front of me to kind of like calm my nerves. Basically at the beginning of every test, everybody was just watching me. Bro, what is this guy doing? It's that like you have a vehicle perfectly capable of going over some small potholes. Why don't people drive like this? They're so scared of little potholes. There's people who dodge like manhole covers in the street on their SUVs. It's like, what are you doing? Why'd you even buy an all-terrain vehicle? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You're driving that thing like it's slammed. But yeah, we are at the gym, and I will see you guys next time.